Hello everyone, Acha here, and I told you that I'd give you a tour of the camper. So I thought I'd take a little nice drive on a sunny day. It's Happy Labor Day, by the way. So back here we have the Japanese park behind me and parking lot. Hello. Some friendly people around here, and I just thought I'd take this time because the sun is out, show you a nice video of the camper. I don't really have a selfie stick right now. It's not fitting properly, so I have something else. Let me just give you a quick tour and tell you what this bus is about, right? So first of all, let me tell you from the outside. This is a Volkswagen 1978 Westfalia, the bay window. If we come outside here, you'll see that there's the two types. First, there's a split window, which was from the 50s to this early 70s or late 60s they made. And then they converted it. They came out with the new one. This is called the bay window, which has just one curved window in the front. And this model is 1978. Westfalia is basically what they do with the interior. Volkswagen makes the Campervan. It's called the Microbus as well. And what they do is they just make the shell, the body, the chassis, and then they hand it over to a company called Westfalia, and they basically do all the interior. So they do all the furniture inside, they do all the finishing, the fittings, the stove and everything. That's what Westfalia means. And yeah, they started with this model in 1978. Let's just go here. I'll take you in. There's a table in here. And just quickly remove it. There's a knob down there. You can remove that. And we'll just put it to the side for now. So you can move around the table, you can shift it around. Now there's different configurations for this van. Iska sometimes side pe aata hai idhar. The entire thing comes on one side, the kitchen with the stove and the sink, all on one side. So you have more space on the inside. Then there's other designs like mine where we have the stove set up here. You have a little walkway down the center. Now what I've done here is, ye maine khud hi banwayi thi from locally with wood, and got a couple of ad hoc cup holders over here, and we call this jugaad in Urdu. Basically just so I could have some extra sitting space when I go out with my friends. You can fit about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 people here comfortably, and 2 in the front. So that's a total of 6 people, because in the back you don't really have any space for seats. That's the configuration of this van. It's a camper van. The other ones are called shuttle vans, and then those have just seats, or commuter vans. But since this is a camper van, we only have back space. This converts into a bed. You might be able to see these hinges over here. Ye nikal aati hain, and this thing lifts up, comes to the front. So you have your entire space here. The whole bed flattens out, including the back part. So you have a bed here, and the best thing about this bus is you have another space upstairs. So there's the lever over there. You pull it and you push the roof up, and the roof comes up on a bit of a slant like this. I'm not going to open it right now because it's been a while and it's a pain in the to get back down by yourself, because I haven't put any grease or WD-40 in there. So I'm not going to try that now, but it comes up and on a slant. So there's like a material, rainproof, a waterproof material on the sides, and you can fit 2 people up there as well. See this bed? It comes out till about here, and there's a gap here for you to climb up and go in and sleep up there, which is pretty cool. So you can have 4 people sleeping at one time. It's a family camper van, right? Okay, so let's show you something else now. First of all, we have closet space over here. By the way, this configuration, as you can see, kind of like a ship, right? If you've seen ship cabins, they have similar press this, opens because it's like lockable. So when you're moving around, it doesn't open up by itself. So you have a closet in there, have a little space for a hanger, and space down there for it to hang. You have a little cute little mirror on the side. You can do that. And then over here in the front, let me show you. There is a heater here. Okay, I haven't used it for a while. This works on LPG. The fridge also works on gas, and so does the stove, which is up here. Again, we have this button. You push it. So you have a stove right here. Right now, my dad and I and my brother, we used to go out, and my dad loved cooking breakfast when we went out on the trails. So it used to work, but since then we haven't maintained it. You'll see the gas canister is down there. Now this is LPG, and I haven't used it for a while, so all the pipes need to be replaced, which is why I'm not touching it right now. You have all the valves, main shut-off valves and everything. So that runs to the stove, runs to the heater, and also the fridge. There's a nice little fridge in here, mini fridge built in. And we get a drawer right underneath. The sink, and here's the sink, which my father basically, what he did was, in the sink, there's a manual crank that used to be fitted over here. And every time you needed water, you have to manually run it. So, you don't accidentally just leave it on. It's just for sometimes, but obviously if you're alone, how are you supposed to wash your hands and run the thing at the same time? So my father had this installed. Basically, if there's water in here, I'll show you. And there we go. So you have water by the push of this button. So you had this installed, and it comes out down there. See? So it's like taking a little piss over there. All right. And also we have underneath the top bunk and above the bottom bunk, we have this little compartment here to put your pillows, your blankets, whatever you want to store in here. It's a nice little secret space. I have some games, I guess, some chess. My dad used to love chess. I think it's still there from, I don't know, a long time ago. So this is still here. We haven't moved it. I need to get that fixed up because it's damp. So wood is rotting a little bit. It's MDF, so that's easy to replace. So there's that. There's also storage space under this seat, right? You have a lot of junk in here right now. A lot of parts that I'm not using. A lot of original parts of the camper that I need to get fixed up or replaced. So I keep them in here. Plus I have a tow chain and all that stuff. Then there's another lockable big space under here. Huge area to store a lot of stuff. Obviously it's a camping van. So you need things to take with you, right? So you need a lot of storage, luggage and everything. Okay. Let's come to the outside. ये हमारे दोस्त आए हुए हैं इधर हमारे साथ वीडियो बना रहे हैं, कैंपर देख रहे हैं। भाईजान किधर से आए हैं आप?
हम इधर से
G11 इधर ही होते हैं, सैर सपाटे के लिए आए हैं?
जी नहीं सवारी लेके आए।
सवारी लेके आए हुए हैं। अच्छा चलें, गुड। और सब खैरियत है, सब ठीक है? चलें। अच्छा, this one is locked. Let's open up the back. Right. Now here we have an extra tire, obviously, called the Stepney, right? It's a nice place to keep it away from the harsh weather if you're traveling long distances, instead of having it underneath. I don't like that style, or on the outside. It's just nicer to have it inside, away from the elements. Me personally, I've got just a bunch of junk here. Some camping chairs. I've got the jumper cables, which I should actually be putting down in the storage area. But a bunch of camping chairs. My father used to have this big, really nice table. Abhi bahut mashhoor ho gaya, but back in the day, not many people had it. He had this one table which folds out, and you get these 4 stools with it as well. And it folds into like the sniper rifle, a suitcase, not a suitcase, a briefcase type of thing. And we used to always have that here. Every time, I'll show you a picture, roll the picture. So that's me and my brother and my father. When he used to take us out early morning, my brother and I didn't really have good morning faces. I mean, it's early morning, we're kids, We want to enjoy our sleep and our days off, but my father used to take us around to these places. I mean, I love it now that I look back. I'm glad he inculcated that in me and got me liking these things. So that's That's the back for you. Here's where the engine is, down here. It's a typical Volkswagen van engine in the back. It's a 1,600cc vehicle, 1,500 something, technically, 1,586 or something. And we've had it overhauled at least 3 times. You know, my brother, naughty guy that he was in his teens, late teens, he souped up the van and he added all this extra exhaust stuff because it's not that fast, obviously, and it has a lot of torque, meaning it can go up to the mountains easily, but the gear ratios are very small. It's not that speedy, and maximum I'd ride it to 80 to 100 kilometers per hour is the maximum I'll do within the city. I don't go above 100 much. It's not really meant to be. It can do on the highways, easily go cruising speed of 120 if I need to, but I don't really take it onto the motorway, especially because the tires are old now. I need to change these once I get some extra cash. But yeah, by the way, I'd like to give a shout out to this new YouTuber who's been watching me, Nazgul, Street Nazgul. He's from Portugal. He makes motorcycle videos, so that's why I started watching him. He's got a really cool bike. And thank you, sir, for watching my videos. And him and his wife, they say, enjoy the camper videos. So thank you very much, man. This one's for you. Anytime you're in my neck of the woods, we're going riding, man. All right? That's about it for this video. I think I've shown you everything. Did I show you the front seat? Maybe I didn't show you the front seat. Let's do the front seat real quick. Let me move all my equipment. I have so much equipment over here. It's ridiculous. Let's see. We have here, obviously everything's original in this van. We haven't changed a thing except probably that fan was, it doesn't belong, but it's required. We need it, right? Everything is original. The car is called Gertrude, by the way. We found this name when we first got it. It was here. So we just decided to keep it. We didn't want to change the name. You know, like when you get a dog that's already like 2 years old, 3 years old, it's used to its name. It's unfair. It's not nice to change the name, right? So we just decided, hey, let's keep it Gertrude. Somebody lovingly called this van Gertrude. It could have been the first family van. Out of respect, let's just keep that there. So we haven't taken that off. I don't know, there's something else in the fridge as well here. That's just depressed 30 seconds before you. Okay, that's some instructions, but same people had done that as well, I'm guessing. So it's a 4-gear, 4-shifter, right? And this is a bit weak now, the handbrake. I need to get this fixed up. As I told you, my nephew broke that. So the indicator is actually here now. We had to install, so I'm always using this. For the past 20 years, I've been doing that. It's fine. And the plaid seats, these are original. These are original plaid. These were also done by Westfalia, green and orange plaid design. And so yeah, this I told you I did myself. Obviously, it's not matching the interior. This was more for practicality. My daughter sits here as well when we go. She doesn't like sitting in the back. The one thing about this van, when you're sitting in the back and people are in the front, you're going on a trip, the thing is you can't really hear acoustics back here. The engine noise, since the engine is in the back, you can't hear the conversation up front. Now, some would say that's a good thing because of, you know, if you have rowdy kids, you know, you let them do their own stuff in the back. Or if you have like 2 groups and you're going around together, at least you can, you know, they can do their own thing and you can do your own thing, have your own conversations. But when I've been going around with my friends a lot in the past, like we do long trips together, and the thing is, there's always like the people in front with me, I'm always driving. So whoever's in front with me, we're always having our own conversation. And these people in the back are like laughing and discussing the scenery and like, oh, I'm like missing out on everything. I'm like, what did you say? What? Huh? So that's a little bit of a problem, but it's not a big deal. I mean, you can work around that, you know, talk louder or whatever. That is one little thing about this. If I'm guessing if this was all on one side, then maybe if this was all here, you have more of an open space and less blockages from the front and back, then probably the acoustics would be better like that and more uniform. Did I miss anything? I don't know why this is hanging there still. These are lights we got, LEDs we got and put in later, just so we have extra light in the van. But obviously these are broken. Not really a good job that was done, so I have to do that. A couple other things that I'm thinking of fixing up. Now let me show you that. So yeah, let's get back to the front. Obviously this deck I put in myself. I needed some music. This is the original radio. Back then you didn't really have tape recorders, decks, and all that stuff, right? So this is all original. I need to change this. And the radio is still AM, by the way. See, you see that MU? I've never seen these, so maybe somebody can tell me if they know what that is. But it's AM radio. That's about it for the front. Disgusting stuff in the dash. I need to clean up. Yeah, bad. Acha ji, you need to, be a little more organized. And by the way, yeah, this van is air cooled. Now you'll see a lot of vents in the van. It relies, on, we don't have AC or a fan inside, so even this, the air comes naturally. So you have these levers to open and close the vent, and then this as well to have air pass through, right? And also if you look over here, even this is the air intake. So it's all the air. There is no water cooled radiator. It's not water radiator, it's all air. So thank you. kids are saying I love your car. Thank you. Cute kids. And I guess they're on here on a trip and a little hiking trip, because there's a hiking trail right over here, which I didn't realize when I first came. But you can see there's a hiking trail, Trail 2 of Islamabad. So that's nice. It's a day off and people are doing their little hiking and stuff like that. So it's a nice day, nice sunny day out for that. I've shown you, I think, everything that the van has to offer. As I was saying, yeah, these are the air intake. So basically this car is built for cold weather or cooler climates like Germany, UK, Europe, right? Over here now, the summers get so hot that I can't really take it out. We're still lucky right now. It's May 1st, Labor Day, and we're still kind of having a cool breeze. Even though the sun's out, I'm not sweating as much. I'm normally very sweaty. I'm a sweaty person by nature. So we're spoiled this year, but normally you wouldn't see me taking this car out over here from between April to September, Maybe if I have to for work, I would, but I don't really take it out in the summers because it's air cooled. And this car, by the way, all camper vans, they come with a fire extinguisher. It's not there anymore. There used to be one, a small fire extinguisher, because for some reason, this is what they say. The rumors are that these cars are susceptible to catching fire. The engine gets hot. It's not air cooled. So maybe there was a technical issue in some other ones, but this is what the car is notorious, or I've heard things like that. So far, we're lucky, knock on wood, man. Lots of wood here, so knock on wood. Nothing of that sort has ever happened. Plus, I don't push the car in the summers anyways. If I have to, I'll just drive slowly and, but I don't take chances. Don't go on long rides or anything in the summertime. Yeah, man. So that's about it. And I'm going to head home. I think I've shown you everything that this car has to offer. So let me give you a bit of history. My father got this in around 1996. He's a camping enthusiast, a hiking enthusiast. So he loved, this was one of his dreams. And every Sunday after he got it, every Sunday on his day off, he would be the one cleaning this thing inch by inch. Every single part of this van, he would be taking a toothbrush and a cloth and going around one by one and cleaning every inch. This was his pride and joy. You know how, like, my motorcycle, I understand now, like how my first motorcycle that I bought and saved up and learned to ride and everything, was my first unique thing that I've had. I love it. So now I understand how it was for my father. He loved this van in the same way. And this was his pride and joy.
Islamabad. Yeah, Pakistani?
Yeah, Canadian Pakistani. What? So yeah, I was telling you, my dad got this in 1996. It's been in the family ever since. Never gonna get rid of it. I'm planning on sending it to my brother in the UK. And yeah, that's about it. And for now, it's still here. We're just fixing it up. I have a couple of things that I need to fix up. And just, you know, when I get a little bit of money, all the stuff, all the parts are available in the UK. So my brother's going to be taking care of that.
अंकल आपका कोई चैनल है जिस पर आप वीडियोस लगाते हैं?
अच्छा जी पे देख लें. अच्छा जी YouTube पे. अच्छा जी के नाम.
अच्छा जी.
अच्छा जी.
Okay, we will subscribe it.
Thank you.
Welcome. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Take care.
You too.
I love your brand design.
Thank you. So it's this camper, as I was saying, has been in the family for over 20 years now, 25 years. I'm going to send it to my brother in a, you know, whenever possible. We're hoping we can just drive it together. If he comes down here, if we get this visa situation sorted out, which is a huge problem for me, it's not an issue for him. UK ke liye to, you know, you can get a lot of, it's easier to get visas for the European countries and everything else. But for me, being a green passport, as you know, huge issue here. To get all the permits, and especially when you're taking a car, we're gonna have to go either through Iran, you know, and then go north, Turkey and all that, and then through Europe. That would be an amazing road trip, would make for some amazing vlogs, but we have to, you know, just see. By the way, these little kids just came over, they looked at the van, and they're like, hey, do you have a channel? Oh yeah, by the way, let me tell you something. They asked, are you Pakistani? I was like, Pakistani Canadian. You know, because I've been speaking English the whole time. So that reminded me, my father used to do the same thing on the weekends. Every Sunday he'd go out on his Jeep or something, and the camper, and he'd have a similar, he had these hunting hats, and my brother wears a lot of his hats and those types of hats now. Hunting hats and glasses, and he had a Frenchie all the time. So when he'd go out, a lot of people would mistake him for a foreigner. Like if he goes to like a fruit stall or like a fish stall way in the, you know, boondocks or near some lakes out in excursions. So they expect people driving a van like this or a Jeep with that getup on to be a Gora. He looked like that. And he had these really short shorts. You know, in the 80s you had those short shorts back then. So that's what he'd dress. He'd just go with it. He'd pretend, yeah, he's a foreigner. They'd speak to him in English, so he'd speak back to them in English. That he used to tell me and my brother his stories like this. And he's like, oh, you know what happened this time? I went to this guy. And then they started speaking about him. Oh, is gore nu dek, inu vek, ki pehne hai, what is he wearing? Discuss his getup, discuss his Jeep or where he's going or what he's doing. But he wouldn't drop the act. He'd just pretend that he's a Gora. And he continued speaking to them in English. My father, man, he was so funny. And he'd tell us these things. He loved doing that. I don't know why. So right now when these kids came up, I guess it's in the genes. When they asked me, are you Pakistani? I said, no. Yeah, well, it came out I'm Pakistani. I don't lie. But then I'm like, yeah, Pakistani Canadian. And I kept speaking in English. So I guess it's genetic, man. Anyways, that's about it. Thank you for watching. And I'll be making more of these from time to time. And yeah, tell me what else you'd like to see. I've shown you the van now. I think next time I'll do some montages. I have some ideas where to put the thing up. Oh, by the way, on the top they have a luggage rack here as well, a little dip. And yeah, I'm gonna make some videos like that with the camera up there and in the front. Change up the angles just a bit, you know. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.